Should the seller choose the inspectors or should the buyer? That's a great question. We have a team member right now, and they have what's called a buyer investigation contingency. The seller has not provided any inspections, and they want to go ahead and hire an inspector. So they found an inspector that was actually recommended by the Realtor Association. Well, the listing agent didn't care for the inspector and reached out to the buyer's agent and said, hey, can we use a different inspector? Because that inspector seems to always overdo it. They always add additional items that I don't think is fair or realistic. So the question then became, well, who's going to choose the inspector? Well, in my view, we want a home inspector who lists everything, who does, quote unquote, overdo it, because we want our buyers to be fully educated. So in this scenario, there was a buyer investigation contingency, and the buyer had the right to choose the inspector. And so they chose the one that their agent suggested. But in other scenarios, you don't always see that. So in places like San Francisco, for example, a lot of times the sellers do inspections prior to listing the home. And then a lot of the buyers won't have that contingency to do their own investigation. So it really is area specific. But at the end of the day, if you have a buyer investigation contingency, then it's really up to the buyer and their agent to choose who those inspectors are going to be.